started the recording.
Alright, can you see my game?
Yeah, I can see your game.
It's gonna cam. Where's your demo? Is he that fast?
I think so, actually. Yeah.
Okay. So, y'all roll out choke. Your demo is abhorrently slow. Alright, what confuses me, you guys went left.
Yeah, he said to go left.
Okay. That's fine. No, going left is usually better than going
We should
right.
have gotten out here. I just didn't call it. We've lost this fight.
Yeah. When you guys sick in and that soldier bombs you, you
Yeah,
kind of
we
just
die.
lose. I actually am gonna replay that because I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, our demo counter called head a few times.
I mean, I just wasn't calling enough too.
Yeah, that's big facts.
I just wasn't talking because I like haven't had to talk while I play this game in like a little bit.
Yeah, because let's see. Okay, so your demo actually isn't that slow. Oh, it's because he gets landed on. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that's better. So your demo is actually way faster. He just kind of needs to be ready for this fast rollout. He just ran straight towards the pack. He kind of needs to bait a little bit more. Like, he can't just run straight towards the pack if they have fast rollouts. But it is the first mid, so I'm not gonna like lose my mind over him kind of getting asked by the fast rollout. But it's fun. Yeah, he basically needs to like get that guy off of him and then get arrowed and then keep rotating left. Um, Also, like for your demo, sometimes like if they're doing the fast rollout a lot, that's when it becomes helpful to like call to do right side mids instead of left, just to like mix them up. And then like, even though I think left side mids are better, it's not better if you're getting fast rollout on, and it's like it needs succeeding with it every time. Okay, so you guys are playing last. You have full disad. You guys should get it off class. You
We
have
do.
a heavy, so that's good. So the heavy's playing in heaven. You have 5 people top right now. Um, Not really ideal. Your demo man should be ready to rotate to 5. I would think, like probably playing closer to the point here. Just with how you have it set up, I don't know. You need something on the left. Like your heavy should have been buffed and rotated left. Something, one of these things. Like you guys can choose. I'd probably buff your heavy, rotate him to the left
Like through heaven.
because, well, what their team did is like, I mean, I could have told you they were gonna do this. Like when you had 5 people top left, it's because they can peek 5, go, hey, there's just a soldier here, and then they can walk all 6 of their players in through 5, and then you guys cannot do anything. They can take that entire half, pressure the point, and then you guys kind of just lose because you don't have open. You have to pressure out the force at 5. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Recently. You guys are going right side this time, so it looks like your demo, I'm assuming, called this and adapted, so that's good. He has soldier bonded into 2 scouts and got a pick. So that's a little, it's definitely a little bit on DM. You guys need to kill that guy. You guys got super collapsed on, to be honest, which is like their team played this kind of strangely because they rotated right, but then they just kind of instant collapsed on you with like their explosive classes, and it works, which it shouldn't have worked because that first soldier that bombed, like, you guys should be standing there ready for that, even though that bomb is really dumb. Like, you should just be staring at their shoulders. So when that guy bombs, you go, okay, why are you doing this? And you guys should both hit him for like at least 50, and then it denies his bomb. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys need to deny those bombs better, and then you kind of just got effed by another bomb. Like, as playing scout on mid, like your entire goal is like, it's not the only thing you're doing, but the biggest thing that you're doing as a scout on mid is keeping track of their soldiers, where they're at, and kind of just like having your crosshair ready or your mind ready to like turn to wherever their soldiers are and destroy them when you hear the rocket jump noise or if you see it. Um, so yeah, you guys are defending fairly well here. I'm pretty sure that was an exchange, right?
I don't think it was. I think they
Oh
used
yeah,
invest, but we didn't have it.
Yeah, okay, you guys just saw. That's fine. Let's see what happens here. So you guys should be building really hard because actually, I mean your med did die, so they're going to have some ad. So I mean you are building. Just make sure you did that like instantly. I mean you should be getting NG's good. Um, I don't know if I like that gun spot that much to be honest.
Who was playing NG?
Omerange.
Oh, it was
It's
on
not
range. Okay.
bad, but I would prefer it to be a little bit more recluse because if they go 3 or 4, I don't know. It's just a little easier to spam when it's further out, but it just needs to be covering the point and harder to hit. Also, if it's this far out of spawn, you have to walk a lot further to repair it. So you'd rather be able to like kind of mess around with repairing it. Also, like trying to shotgun sickies before they put 2 on it in debt and that kind of stuff. You don't always get a chance to do that on Ninja, but you don't want to just not have that chance. They use somewhere. Looks like you guys took an exchange. I'm gonna rewind. I didn't expect that.
I don't think we knew that they had a saw, so we thought we had ad. And then
Your
we
med
took
died and your med was alive. They, what? I don't even. Did they have a saw? I don't even think that saw mattered.
You don't think so?
No, your med was dead. Like, did your med? Wait. What does that mean? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Okay. Oh, I just had it at 200 speed. Okay, I'm really dumb.
you were confused why it was moving so fast?
I thought it was
He's
like.
like, what is
I thought it
happening?
was, I thought I was watching what was happening while I was going to the tick, and I was like, "Holy cow!" Okay, we're back. Oh, you guys, all right? This is the exchange. Um, so I'm gonna say I keep clicking. I'm gonna say that that was not a good idea. So it's even Ubers and you guys are on last. From what you just said, you guys think you had ad. I have no clue why you guys would think you had that. But yeah, so like if your med ever dies and their med doesn't die, and you know that their med is healing, like has one player that he should probably be healing, it's even. So this is something you guys need to learn. So when you're pushing out a less, definitely taking an even exchange is not ideal. The only time you guys would ever want to push out there, like when it's even Ubers and even players, is if for some reason they're playing like all the way back and they choke with all 6 of their players. But that's not really gonna happen very often. But the thought process you guys should try to have is I'm not going to use out of last. Like if I use out of last 6 versus 6 and they have Uber, I'm going to lose. That should be your thought process because typically that reigns true. Like especially versus teams that are even in skill level or better than you. If you use out of last and they don't have to use, you just lose. And an exchange kind of is just bad for you because if you take a 6v6 fight and they send, I don't know, if like you have 2 people in the Uber, right? So like say it's like say you take an even exchange with Head versus say a Pocket Scout, and they decide to send 4 people to your last. Like they can kind of just do that if they really wanted to, especially if you do it predictably. So if they send like 4 people back to your last, but you guys are trying to push out, so you probably don't have all 4 other players on your team back to your last. I don't know. It's just not a good fight you want to take. Like you want them to be scared and backing up. Like, but they're not gonna be that scared and backing up during an exchange.
Yeah, that happens later. They all walk through one and use through one. Took last. I'm not sure if it's this time.
So I'm gonna go over some basics right now during this mid of things that like all of your players should be doing because I don't like anything that I'm kind of seeing to be honest. So okay, so this I'm just gonna give like quality of life things. So both of your scouts are standing on top of each other right now. Your demo is fine. Your soldier. So your soldier, what he did is he did a very low bomb onto another soldier. So let's think about what your soldier can get here. At best, your soldier can trade with his soldier. At worst, your soldier can die, and that's it. So like you don't this bomb is not what you want. I'm assuming this guy's your Romer, right?
Yeah. The guy on pack?
Alright. Yeah. So what your
No.
other soldier doing is fine. So it looks like all I've seen from your Romer this game is fast rollouts, and it's not that I have a problem with that. It's just like he's not doing them well enough for where I think he should be doing them every single time. Also, their team is going right side, and like you can do a fast rollout when they go right side, but if you're going to do that, you probably want to delay it because their demo isn't going to be right here and isn't going to be here that quickly because you can't roll out that fast. And if you're gonna do a fast rollout, please try and land on the demo. I mean, yeah, just try and land on the demo. If you have to land on the med instead, you can, but landing on the demo's priority. But what you should do, so here's what you guys should try to do. Like, I'm trying to establish all these rules. So your roamer should, if he thinks that they're going to go right side, he can fast roll out and try and land on them. So that would be them going left. But if he thinks they're going to be over here on their back, he should fast roll out and try and land on their demo. And if he does that fast roll out and they end up not rotating into you guys here or onto their pack, he should just land on their pack, take their pack, and then wait till you guys meet them and go for a later high bomb instead of just like fast rolling out and then insta feeding. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he fast roll out and then like they're just not there, like he's not losing anything, and he can just don't take heals, like don't go get a buff or anything, like just like let your heals keep doing what they're doing normally, and then just wait to do a later high bomb so you can do that. I mean, if you want to just wait here and do the one where you go boom, like well, you guys can't see my mouse,
No.
but so like wait by their pack and then do the high bomb where you jump like from the floor off the sign with the light on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that high bomb and you can land anywhere on the mid from there. And like the reason I'm saying do all these high bombs as a scout player that plays like in a higher div, if you're jumping at better scout players and you're not doing a high bomb or you're not doing a fast rollout where I'm not there or like it's just super fast, you're probably not going to get anything because both scouts are going to look at you and hit you for at least 100 each and you're just going to die. So like you need to do that for one, the scouts in this div. This is open, right?
Yeah, this team we were playing was, yeah.
Yeah. So the scouts in this div kind of aren't going to hit you for much at all, and you're probably going to get a bunch of rockets off when you do a high ball because they're probably not going to hit you for anything until you land, and then when you land, they're probably not going to hit you for anything because they blow. And then what you want is like to do that most of the time. There's no reason not to do that. But these bombs you're doing are bad, and you can probably do better jumps. Like most soldiers at this level actually can do these high bombs. They just kind of don't because they don't know when to put them in. So just like it might like for your first couple of mids, like trying this out, you might completely fail, and that's fine. But just get good at doing these high bombs, especially on this mid, or get good at doing the fast rollout. And then if like well, get good at doing both actually, because like the fast rollout's really good when they go right, especially like if you're just good at it and you land on their demo every time. And a lot of the times, like this team is doing right now, I don't know if they're doing it because they want to just play the rotation or whatever. It doesn't matter. But if their demo's not there, like I said, you could do the high bomb later. Also, you can go into mid. So if you like play roamer to like read what they're doing, like especially their demo. So if you don't think that they're going to go right side and like land on this pack, then don't do the fast rollout. Especially like it's best to do the fast rollout on their demo. If your team is gonna go right side and meet them, because like say your roamer lands on their demo, right? Like you guys should be playing around this as well. Like you guys are playing as a team, obviously. You want to play around what your roamers doing at mid a lot, or have your roamer play around you, whatever. So like if you guys, so on this mid, you guys call to go right side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like typically when you call to go right side, the thought process is that you're gonna meet them. So if your soldier does a fast rollout onto their pack, if they chose to go left side here, you guys would meet them. So if your roamer lands on their demo, hits him for 100 before he gets to the pack, and somehow doesn't kill them, your scouts can pistol him, and like your demo can throw a sticky at him, and he should die. And if he doesn't die, that's on you guys, and that's fine. But yeah, that's why it's better to do that. But like, say in this situation, you guys go right, and you don't meet them. He waits to high bomb until you meet them. I feel like I'm saying things over and over again that are basically the same thing, but I'm trying to get a point across, which is just like try and land on them when your team is going to meet them. Don't try and take a 1v6. So like you need to play around doing the good high bomb, doing the good fast bomb, and when you land on them, try and do a bunch of damage to their demo, and do it as your team is meeting them. You're not always going to get all of those like checklists off, but that's what you should try to do. But you're usually going to be in like a couple of seconds for your team meets, and then your team's going to fall up on that damage. That's typical how like what you want to do. Also, so this is something for your pocket. Your pocket hasn't done anything yet. My assumption is that he's going to do a late high bomb. I'm not sure. But for your pocket soldier, so let's say you guys went left side here, because all these situations are going to happen on this mid like once a scram pop. So say you guys go left side here, you see that would mean you guys are going to meet them, right? Because they're like, this is, in my opinion, this is my favorite mid to play because it's super easy for the people to go left side. So like you see how they're rolling out and they're all on the low ground right here. What would happen is if you guys go left side, you your scouts would do what they're doing right now, and they would run across at the blue crates. And what I want you guys to do is just do a double high bomb. So like your pocket where he is right now, like in the bottom left corner of the screen, he could do the high bomb from where he is right now, and then land like on that wall that's at the very bottom of the screen. High bomb onto the crate, and then your soldier could do that same one or the one where he is, high bomb, and then high bomb off the left wall, the lamp, and do a double bomb onto them. That is what you guys should do. And as you guys do that, your heals and your demo are on the left by your pack, walking at them and spamming them. Just like don't overextend into them so you die. Both your scouts are walking across point, so you guys are just taking control of the high ground. Because what they're doing right now is both their soldiers are bombing at the high ground. This first guy kind of got effed up, so it's a little weird. But they're both bombing to get the high ground. Both their scouts are trying to take the high ground, and basically like you're just landing on them as they take the high ground and absolutely like mulching. Your soldier's goals are to land on their demo, like because if he gets double bomb and land on the demo, he's literally just dead. And then yeah, you kind of go from there. But your scouts will be able to walk across as these soldiers double bomb. Your scouts can kind of walk across basically for free, depending on what their teams do. Because a lot of these like both of their scouts are probably going to turn around and shoot both your double bombers, right? And then all you're going to be dealing with is the two soldiers jumping to take high ground, so your scouts can kind of like F them up. So try to do that when they meet you on the left. I'm going into a lot of detail, and this might be a little too complicated, but I think all of this makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I'm just trying to give the general principles of what your soldiers should be doing in mid. You can apply this to like most of the maps in the game, especially the rotation mids, obviously. But like you should be going for the bombs with like the general like checklist type principles that I'm saying on every single map. Low bombs are almost always just not going to be good unless they're really fast. And if they're really fast, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to stop talking about your soldiers because, I don't know, you can only absorb so much information at once. I know I mainly talked about the roamer, but pocket soldier, try and, like, do things with your roamer as many times as you can. If he does a super fast roll, you can't always do things with him, and that's fine. But you should try and follow up on it with your team. If he bombs, just to say one more thing, if he bombs instantly and gets their demo pick, what that means is you guys should just keep playing the spam game. You've traded a roamer for a demo, and just try and play the spam game until your demo gets good damage or until like they're in a bad position, and then you just collapse on them with your one remaining soldier. Your demo walks forward and your scouts walk forward. You should be able to win that fight. I'm gonna keep going with this mid, but actually I'm not because I want to say something about your scouts. So, Head, you're the pocket scout, right?
Yup.
So what I would like for you to do most mids is you're always going to be the guy that jumps on the big rock when you go through short. This is just something I think that sets up the mids nicely. So you land on the rock, and then what I want you to do is just like watch what their team is doing. Keep track of all their soldiers. Call where their soldiers are. Call what side they're going. So like this is super duper important. You're calling like, hey, I see the demo's going towards the pay or the demo's going to choke. You're just letting everybody know this. Also, it's just super important for your nog. Like, you need to know where everybody is. And Pocket Scout, in my opinion, especially the soldiers, like, you know what their soldiers are looking to do. Because if you walk choke and you see their soldiers standing by choke, just kind of vibing out, you probably know he's going to go for a late high bomb or something, right? So just, like, know that. And then you need to know all this info. You don't have to say all of that, but it's most important to call where they're rotating. And if you want to call like where their soldiers are, just like how much they get to their demo or whatever, just do that on the rock for a little bit, and flank scout hop. Like if you have to hop on the rock, like you do here to make that jump, just hop on the rock and get out. And because I want your what I want your flank scout to do is be the guy that's like furthest forward, especially right now. I want him to be like far forward with your demo. And he's gonna be like the lead of the rotation. Don't rotate so fast that you're taking a 1v6, but like just be the guy in front on the rotation. If you take a bunch of damage, back up, start taking a little bit more heals than head, and head you kind of rotate to be more in front. So that's how you rotate your scouts in mid. Is like that's how your flank scout kind of gets a lead. Because you want your flank scout to kind of get a lead, and then if he gets a bunch of damage, like takes a bunch of damage or something, you kind of back him up and put head out more in front. But you guys don't want to be stacked on top of each other like you were there for like 3 seconds. Because if they rolled out on their pack and their demo spammed one pipe, you guys both beat 100 and instantly lose the mid. Should technically instantly lose the mid off that. Because if their demo hits both of the scouts for 100, what it can do is say collapse and you guys have nothing to deny anything, you guys lose. Because 100 HP scout, just gotta use basically just alright, or 20 HP. But yeah. So make sure you're not stacking up on top of each other, and the rock thing is the best way to do that. Other than that, play high ground most of the mid, and then try and rotate your HP. If you're like below like 80 HP on scout, you kind of definitely want to be getting heals. I mean, if you're below 100, you definitely want to be getting heals, but yeah, just don't be running with people on no HP. Also, if like for some reason when your flank scout is like being the guy plowing out in front, if these teams just like turn and walk at them, just collapse on them, have your flank scout back up and like take heals because they're trying to focus fire him down. So just have him like run away like a little pussy and then just collapse on them, okay? Because they're being really stupid. Like if they just turn to fight like and stop their rotation, you can just collapse on them for that. And that's when like if your soldiers are waiting to bomb that, that's when they should double bomb and land on it. So like if you guys call like collapse on them here or something, make sure both your soldiers bomb them if they're alive. They should be. And like that's when your demo tries to hit the big spam, and you get that's when your scouts will come and clean up. So that's like the general principles of this. I think I'm trying to say everything I wanted to say. I think I said it because I just wanted to make sure you guys are like knowing what you should be doing, because your soldiers don't look like they know exactly what they want to be doing, and then yeah, you guys are just making a little bit of mistake. One other thing that I think is like it's small and you might not even agree with, but I think it's really good. Yeah, just with the rock thing, if you guys are gonna go left side, your flank scout, instead of even jumping on the rock, can actually just run straight left, and then hop on the crates and like get on the high ground from the blue crate, if that makes sense. Like you can hop onto that stuff. It's a good way to take the high ground because you want to take high ground as fast as you can. And also, head, when you're pocket scout and you roll out choke, if their team rolls out to their pack and you guys are doing like the mirror mid, so you guys are rolling out to your pack. If you double jump from the rock onto the red crate, you put yourself in a 1v6 immediately and shoot down. So don't do that. And I still see people at the main level like do that. It's so weird. It's like, don't do that, because you're occasionally actually gonna get a lucky soldier pick from that and just kind of run away, but it doesn't make any sense. So don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, you kind of wait. Yeah, you insta traded the soldier out. He got the best like that he could have gotten. Your other soldier kind of. Your other soldier runs shotgun. That's fine, I guess. It's kind of weird, but your other soldier kind of ran in the mid, bombed to take high ground, which I don't like. It's fine. You take a bunch of damage for that since you're on shotgun, and then kind of just like ate spam and died. Don't eat spam on mid like as best as you possibly can, especially scouts. Like something you guys should focus on the entire time you play the game, especially at mids or any fight ever. Don't eat spam. That's like that's your biggest thing. But your soldier, like, just don't do that. Like, you can bomb and take high ground, but also remember your goal as a soldier at mid is to not take heals. Your medic should be healing your scouts in your demo as much as possible. As a soldier, you should get your buff at the beginning and try to not really ask for much more than that. You kind of want to just like do your bomb with that buff or the 200 HP you have. It's gonna be a lot harder to like do good things with the shotgun, to be honest. But I mean, if you want to try and make it work, you just have to play around HP really good. Yeah. So you lost that soldier instantly, and now your scout is also super rotated away, and you guys aren't doing a great job of playing the high ground here. So I don't know why your scout ran at this player, but your general thing should be is balling up with like your scouts, both your scouts, your demo, and your med, and rotating around. Your soldiers don't necessarily really need to rotate around with you. They just need to be not taking damage and ready to bomb on whatever you guys are engaging. So let's just keep that in mind. You guys said the walk across point at their demo here because their scout splits off. Not the worst thing ever. It looks like your med needed to beam you more there ahead
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
just like stay with you. Like you guys needed to like this is on. It's always on both of the players in my opinion. If your scout and med get split up in that like a team,
Yeah, I
fight like
tunnel
that,
vision too hard for sure.
yeah, you just needed to like stay tight with your med, make sure they could beam you, walk together. So like, if someone starts shooting your med, you're right there to like fight it. But I liked the idea of shooting them when they were split up. You just kind of like forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, and it's like I should have just turned around and like shot him for 100, and then he would have pussied and ran away. The demo was caught.
Yeah, exactly. Because if that scout backs up after you shoot him, that's all. Like,
Yeah, it's over.
Um,
It's my bad. I was just waiting for
yeah,
players.
it's kind of strange to me that you guys actually won that mid. You got really lucky with your soldier trading out because honestly, he shouldn't. I don't think he deserves to like get that. It kind of caught the other guy off guard, and then Banana did nothing. But I mean, he's just playing very strangely.
This was just ringing, by the way.
Yeah, but it's not on this team.
Well, I hope your other soldier doesn't run shotgun in it, or if he does, that
He runs Equalizer because he doesn't have an escape plan yet. Because
Yeah.
he's he has mobile authentication, but he will before our next scripts. He swears.
Mhm.
Tail line?
what?
Okay.
That's
Oh,
really sad.
yeah. I got that kill and I was like,
like-
no.
Well, you just need to kind of be backing up to leave there, anyways. But remember, just like you can still kind of play the high ground a little bit better than you did.
Yeah, I was being a little floor baby.
Yeah. So they got it. I don't know, it's unfortunate, but just remember to play the high ground better. Also, as a med player, like, be doing this like all the time. Like,
Mm.
just like always be doing this, because like, if you can see what spam is coming at you, you can easily just be like, ooh, hit a little surf. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, if you're not hitting your surfs or whatever because like you don't have the timing down well or whatever, that's fine. Or like you just miss it, you're gonna miss it. If their soldiers going stuff well, you're gonna miss it. It's just gonna be good. But make sure you're always like giving yourself the chance to go for stuff like that. Cause you could have hit a surf and just get that out of there potentially. So make sure you're looking at stuff. That's the easily the biggest tip I can give to any med player is just like look, especially when like play with higher volume. Also like so like you can hear when things bomb and that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
you can be like, oh, I heard a soldier bomb. That's not mine. Where is he? And you're just looking up while you're backing up, kind of ready to just jump off of whatever he gets thrown at you. Because it's better to just like take the slower move speed to look at the guy jumping at you most of the time. If it's just you by yourself and you're like trying to run as fast as possible, I mean, it's perfectly fine to like look away. So they're in. You guys are taking an Uber ad thing, or I guess you guys, I don't know. You're taking an exchange. I'm assuming you knew they had crits.
Yeah.
You somehow. So, how many players did you put into this fight, dude? All right, when you guys use in and you know they have crits,
Too
tell,
many.
Like, the people that you should, it should be max 2.
Yeah.
Like you should have bombed. I don't know. It's scary to bomb your demo in. Like you needed to keep 2 people in beam range and keep both of them flashed the entire time. But like you can't expect your medics to flash 3 players perfectly because they're just going to like kill you the second you get on flash because they have crits.
Yeah.
So don't send that many players in. Head is the main caller. Make sure you save
Yeah.
what players you want in. Honestly, you have a shotgun pocket. I would have just told Banana to go in with you, bomb him in, and just like poop on him. When you have a shotgun pocket, take him in like every exchange because it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Of
We
having a
knew
shotgun
about this
pocket,
player
is
and
in
called it,
every
and no one did
exchange,
anything
you
about it. I
just
should have
poop on
told someone to do something
It's
about it.
also like squishy to walk on a spawn though. You can't. If you hear a guy that there's a person in heaven like and he's not dealt with, don't walk on a spawn.
Mm.
Like you can peek the doorway at most. Like, you don't want to just.
I
walk
think
in
he
the
was called before though. After I was walked out of
Yeah,
spawn.
it happens. So.
I should have called someone to go kill him. Because I was dead, so I couldn't, but I should have told someone
A
specifically.
general principle as medic is
Hmm.
don't feel bad just walking away from your team if something's going to land on you though. Like a good example is the doorway here on second.
Mhm.
Like a lot of the times that say you have full ad and you're walking a second, someone's gonna bomb that choke when you walk through. So what you should do is just heal your players, have your players walk through, and you can kind of just back up, like back into the choke for a second if you want, and then wait for
Okay.
that soldier to bomb, and your players can just absorb him, and you will take no damage, unless that's like he gets all the way in. But I would just like it's best to like bait doorways and all that kind of stuff because people will do timing bombs based on just seeing the beam.
Mhm.
And not everything I say is going to be applicable at this level. Sometimes people are just going to do things that don't make any sense and are really bad. Sorry. If you're doing the things that make sense, it's going to work out. We'll figure it out. So what you guys do on this mid? Getting with the slow-mo. So their soldier does the fast rollout and you guys are going right again, which is fine. So what their soldier's doing is actually really bad here. Your scouts should clean them up, and your demo hits the air stick. This should be a cleaned up soldier.
He dies.
He cleans himself up. What?
Yeah.
Alright. So what I don't like what your soldiers are doing right now. So Banana is making your life kind of hard, and holy cow, he doesn't care about his HP. Absolute Chad. Alright. He just like rebound. Okay. Dude, was camping of everything in my life. Took high ground, took spam, fell off 3 bars down to mid, while running the shotgun. So what he should have done is not taken this high ground at all because he already had 2 players stacked on it. Wait, like kind of just waddle while you guys rotate, not really take any heals, and then when you guys engage with them, probably over here because they're rotating slow. Like you guys could just take this high ground and then kind of start to fight them, and then also your roamer kind of just walked in the middle and waddled the entire time and then died. So that's bad. What your roamer should have done is kind of just keep going with you guys and then go for a bomb. He also can do this. So you see like the forward spawn roof on their side?
Yeah.
A really good spot for one of your soldiers to do when you're going right. It's just, I'd probably usually have my pocket do this. Have my pocket land on the forward spawn roof and kind of just vibe out over there for a while, and then you can do the high bomb off the forward spawn roof onto the wall with the light on it. It's just made for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a pretty easy jump with the big high bomb, land on him that way. And your roamer can kind of just fly over wherever, just don't eat spam and then go for a high bomb either from their sewer if you guys need them here, or I don't know, do something freaky, just figure something out where you're not taking damage and you can do a high bomb. If you want to play near your roamer, like over here on the trace and do the high bomb in the same spot, that's also fine. Alright. Yeah, just
This is the one where our flank scout and medic get really disconnected from us.
well, you're disconnected from your kills as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's both of us.
I don't know why you guys get so disconnected here. It's really kind of strange. I had make sure you like with your beam and having them come with you. Just a general tip is turn around in game and look at them sometimes to see where they're at. If
Mm-hmm.
you lose them, like typically if I'm not being healed for like I don't know a period of like 2 to 3 seconds, I turn around. I'm like, why are you not healing me? Where are you, player? And that kind of stuff. It's just like that's what you kind of need to do as a player scout. You just have to figure out what things are happening and get everything organized and move into unit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys just split up really bad with there. Also, just that soldier mid is terrible for you guys. Your soldiers haven't done anything. When both your soldiers died, you actually should have just left. You have 0 chance of winning that mid because your soldiers did nothing and died, which is fine. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal to scream they're learning like how to play their role, but just when that does happen, you just leave. And even when they do the correct thing, sometimes they're just not gonna do anything. That's fine, but they need to call if they've done like no damage and died. And you guys should. sometimes both of your soldiers are going to die and technically not getting kills. They've hit every single player on the enemy team for 150, and that's when you collapse. But that didn't happen.
That did not happen.
Also, this team is on crits. Make sure when you're rotating around mid that you're looking for that if you know they're a crits team. They wasted their crits on seconds, so what you should be doing now is taking lobby and walking forward with the Uber ad. I would actually walk, like, since they don't have Uber, they should be really passive, and they're not. So what I would do is be in lobby and be like spotting like this, and you see their demo and their heels on point, I would say, yo, demo, boom, and then he would, and you guys would walk in, and you would kill them.
Uh-huh.
Is this what's happening? Oh.
Yeah. But they walked through one.
Yeah, so what, let's see, it looks like you guys didn't necessarily have, oh, you have a heavy, so
Yeah.
you guys are smart enough to have a heavy, you should win.
I think we
You
do.
don't, which is fine. So, when you guys push through like that, you guys just walk through lobby, so you don't need anyone watching lobby. What you should have is one pocket soldier watching 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So if they call that someone goes 1 and 2 and you guys use through, you should collapse on them. Your pocket soldier, especially since he's running shotgun, should be enough to stop it long enough, or do 1,000 damage, and not let them like get into last for free. So if you have a soldier buy 1 right now, and they all pushed 1, you get a shot 2, maybe 3, 4 rockets before he died, basically killing their entire team, and then you guys would have won. But it looks like you didn't have a pocket soldier by 1, and if you did, he somehow didn't hit any rockets on 4 players in a doorway, but it's fine. So yeah, that's ideal. Also, if they push rollout, it's actually a little bit, I mean, he can still kind of just poop on them. And you had 1 scout on heavy, which is good. So like, I actually kind of liked everything you did besides not having a soldier on the right. They can't really send people in through lobby since you guys went through lobby, so you could have your other soldier play probably by 3 and 2, kind of just ready to like assist. You know, so he has from 3 he has his eyes on lobby, because if they send someone through upper lobby, they can send a scout to flank in, like just like a single player to go for a back cap through upper lobby, so he can watch for if that happens, and then he can kind of rotate to either fight that guy or fight the people 1. So that should be your standard thing while you're pushing out in this kind of a situation. Obviously, it's kind of hard to have all of this stuff set up if it's your first time scrimming together, but just like try and remember, like, oh, like, you know, Tanline told us to play in this position, so everybody like get here, guy get here, and like set up your defense so you're blocking what they can actually do to counter your play. Because like, there's no reason to have circles anywhere, and it's actually the heavy is really good though. Because, like, what's your flank scout gonna do on scout out there? Not much. So, yeah. One thing I will say is, it's very strange when I'm watching. Like, both teams are going right every single time. I don't like right side this much. Like, I don't know. I like to do right side as a mix-up for the fast bomb, but it also, like, their soldier is brain dead. It does the fast bomb every single time for no real reason other than, like, he has fun doing it or something, because he's not landing on anything ever since the first mid. I don't know, maybe he thinks you guys are going to adjust to go back left, but it's probably not thinking at all.
I just let our demo call which side we're going.
Yeah, I mean, your demo is your actual player, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you think that this soldier's gonna mindlessly spam their high bomb like this, you can go left, because I think going left is better, because you can, like, if you can predict that they're gonna go right every time, like, they're on the low ground here. If you guys go left, your scouts and your soldiers can take the high ground faster than they can. So what you should do is walk out mid, like, try this, like, walk out mid and just be like, this soldier has no thoughts, he's gonna do the same thing every mid. So walk out, just throw 6 at your pack, and when the soldier lands on the pack, he's just gonna die. Like, he's just gonna die, because you know where he's going to be. So, like, as long as you can land your sticks onto the pack, just, like, do that, and then just blow them up. Yeah, your roller has to be fast enough, but it's something you should try, because it'd make your mids a lot nicer. I would love to see you guys meet them, because in my opinion, like, you just have an advantage being going left. So, do that. Try that when you like, because you're probably going to face a lot of soldiers that are brain dead and do the fast rollout every single time. And I don't want your soldiers to beat those players. So just do that to all the brain dead people you play, which is probably everyone. Because it's everyone in Maine is also brain dead, and they're supposed to be way better. So yeah, so do that, and then once you guys do the left mid, just do the collapse thing that I already told you guys. And you guys should win. Also, does your soldier actually have an usual viewfinder? Or is that?
Yeah, he actually does. It's Chad.
All right. So
No, he doesn't. He has the like shitty like fly cap.
you can't ruin it, dude. It looks loaded. Don't ruin it for me. Dude.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So now we know what to do. As something to try. If it, like, if for some reason like you can't make it work, you can keep going this right mid, or you can just delay left. And kind of still try to do what I said, but maybe do it with pipes instead, or a combination of stickies and pipes, just to like just blow this guy up if he's just like brain dead. Because he's literally not even trying to land deep choke. He's just trying to land the pack. Maybe he adjusts when you go, but just test it out. It's a sprint. I want you guys to not have to go right side every single time for this horse. Holy cow! Did you get piped across the map?
Yeah.
Or no, you got rocketed. Okay,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Alright, so when this guy bombs left, head, you should call it. Also, you kind of just didn't hit him. That's going to happen occasionally, and I'm not going to, like, rail you for it. If it happens every single scrim I watch you, I am going to rail you for it. Your other scout could have helped you, but that's kind of on you.
Yeah.
You needed to hit that guy for, like, 60 and knock him down. But that's alright. After you hit him for 60 and knock him down, like, your soldiers should help you clean him up. Also, this guy keeps playing in your spot where all your scouts are. You guys are going to eat a lot of spam, and you guys have eaten a lot of spam. You guys are low. So remember, this is something you guys should think of. So like, oh, like this spot is best for my soldier, my scout to be. So I'm not going to be there with them as a default, because y'all's default is having 3 players pump up and their demo should win the mid for them every single time. I don't know why your soldier rotated to 6 players on 50, but it's just he was kind of dead. So. Yeah, everything you guys are doing is super disconnected. I actually fine with this demo bomb as a salvage. You get super denied, but that's alright. You guys are doing the correct thing. Like, just when you guys go for a salvage, try and do it together, because your soldier bomb from Banana was super disconnected. I don't care if he's a ringer, you can tell people, like, what to do, basic things together. Just like, yeah, let's bomb all 4 of us together in 3, because you did lose your meta instantly. Okay, probably about to just good roll the last. Let's see. Okay, look at most chat now. That's good. He's actually doing the right thing here. Well, the Joe has never charged a stick in his life. Note that. Note that. That was pretty fun. Setting up the minefield, dude. Okay. A pyro on this last is literally just kind of awful. You're actually kind of making it work though. Good job. You guys still lose this somehow. Scout's better than all you. Alright. You actually almost made it work though. I don't usually agree with the pyro, but if you can make it work that well every single time, it's fine. The heavy was good. You guys, at least you guys thought to get off classes. Usually what I like to do, this is a huge 1000 brain play. If you have a good sniper, I like to go sniper, and then you either have an option of I'm going to drop a player when they come in, so like you can either drop their medic, or if better teams are always used before, especially if they know that you're a sniper player, they'll use, and then you can shoot a player that's either not getting flashed, or the huge brain play, when they bomb in their demo, you can body shot him while he's ubered, and it takes away all of his momentum. Do that, and then you can swap the scout. Doing that is like a good example of doing that is on process top left. If you snipe and you just deny their demo bomb, it actually messes up their uber, and you literally lose nothing and switch back to scout. It's super duper good. Yeah, I learned that from smart people. So you want to do the other demo now?
I mean,
Wait,
I
we
feel
didn't
like
do the other
I feel like that's a lot of information. I want to overload these players, you know.
But we could do the other demo.
But I don't want to like. I don't know. I feel like when we've done that in the past, people have just like forgotten shit that they shouldn't have. You know what I mean?
Well, what map is the other demo?
Let me check.
Snake water, right?
Yeah, it's Snake Water, and we like. No, I think I sent you the.
Wait, sorry. Just stop your recording now.
Stop my recording now.